Okay. I think we've got it. I'm going to wait a minute. Let's what heckle Nye? What have Nye do?
Bye.
Nye, we need some help. So we'll see if I have this routed correctly, because I might not have it routed right.
Oh no.
Well, I'm not gonna know until someone tries to send a message, and I have a tendency to not route these correctly. Um, that's been my biggest mistake, is not routing the restream chat right.
Ah.
And so I actually won't know if it's routed correctly until someone says something, and then I have to see if it's right. But it seems like it's not. So give me just a second, because I might not have the right one. Is it this one? There's a bunch of them that are named the same now, from where I haven't.
Oh.
Let it be a lesson. Andrea was talking about this earlier. Let this be a lesson in remembering to name your layers, name your stuff, label your stuff.
Label the stuff.
Yeah, I don't think that's right either, so I don't know which one's which. I don't know. So you'll have to find out which one is it. Wait a second. I don't even know which one it is. Oh no. Oh no. Let's see here. So I guess it's using my old title, so I'll have to go back and fix it. Okay, I think this is right now. Sorry about this.
No, everything's fine.
Looks like I didn't have it titled properly. So messages should be showing up now, hopefully, with grace. These always start out a little bit rough. Well, earlier didn't. I don't know. We were just on fire earlier. That just went particularly well. Which we are going to talk
I'll
a little bit
say.
about that. Oh, thank you. We are going to talk about that in a little bit. Um, so it. Oh, cool. There we go. Okay. Hello. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for testing the chat. I had it routed wrong again. I need to start labeling these correctly and just going through and actually setting them up, and I promise I'm eventually going to have like a little infographic with everything and get that all squared away. It's just something I've been putting off.
Hi,
So,
Felis. How you doing?
hmm?
Hi, Felis. How you doing?
I am doing just fine. How are you, Mr. Bear?
Oh, very good. Long drive back from Pennsylvania land, but I am now
Yes.
safely back at the Panda Beach House, the Panda
Excellent.
Cabana, as it were.
The Panda Cabana.
That's right. That's right. So it's good. Very enjoyable stream earlier. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
I would have interacted more, but driving and typing is bad, and you should not do these things.
Yes. And I appreciated everyone who were like, "Hey, don't drive distracted and do all that stuff." Um, when he, and I should say this for everyone. I agree. This is a very important PSA. Don't be treat streams like podcasts if you are driving or doing something important at the time. Um, and not to mention VODs exist. VODs and DVRs exist. Just come back and watch it later if you're doing something really important like driving. So PSA. So
The
yes,
more you know.
the more you know, little rainbow. All right. So, well, first
I
things.
am so excited for you to see my little panda. He is so fancy right now. I'm just excited to show you off.
Where
I've
are
been
you?
putting so much work into. I'm actually in Ulda, but I want to come to the house.
Yeah, come to the apartment.
Have you logged on yet?
Yeah, I'm logged in. I'm ready to go. I'm actually entering the apartment.
Okay.
If it'll let me. Why is it being like this? I love the apartment. It's so
Yes.
stinking cute. What? What?
Who did I get to
Let
the
me.
apartment last time?
Old person spotted. Called it a deep. Look, that's the term they use. They call it a DVR, so I call it DVR, and I know what that means. You all know what it means. It's fine. It is perfectly acceptable. Okie
All right, I'm teleporting. I'm teleporting to your room
dokie, artichoke.
in the mist,
It is so pretty
aka the
here.
beach house of the chat.
It
Yep.
is.
Specified apartment 51. Yeah. Here I am.
Oh, look at you! Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
goodness, look at all these books.
I'm a
Oh, you got
collector.
some bells going. Very nice.
Look at you! Oh my goodness! Oh, you look fantastic!
Thank you. Yeah.
Too cute.
So the firmament has been very, very good to me as
I
far
would
as finances are
certainly say
concerned.
so. Oh my goodness. Looking slick. I wish I could pick you up.
Oh, sip of the tea.
Oh, and
Sip of the tea, sip of the
I finally got this one. I finally got the, your uppy chair. Isn't that
beast
the
chair.
cutest
Oh,
thing in the world? I like that it's pink and white. Sent the guy an offer of a 75 let.
oh,
Oh,
I got so
nice!
much stuff for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very
Here's a
much.
here's a stuffed carbuncle. I got a carbuncle chronometer. It's a straight up carbuncle clock. A verdant partition.
Oh.
I figured it'd go well with your rose garden. What else did I find that was all super Felis? In the saddlebag, we got stuff for Felis. Oh yeah,
Andrew's been doing
slippers
something
because you gotta have more
similar.
slippers.
I love the carbuncle slippers. Thank you. Yeah, Andrew's doing something similar. He's over on the is it the Facebook Marketplace? I don't know where he's been perusing different stuff, and he's been
Right, hit.
placing bids and stuff.
We.
Thank
All
you.
right. I hit trade. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Will it let me design while you're in here? Yeah, I have bells now, and I'm not sure. I think you can use them. I don't actually know, but I have bells now. And found out that we can't put plates, glamour plates in here.
Oh, really? That sounds. I thought you could put in an armoire. No.
I I have an armoire, but to actually make the fancy pants like the vanity plates, you have to be at an inn, and I guess it's like instant space or something.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I got one
Oh,
little bit of stuff for you.
thank you.
A carbuncle bed, a carbuncle desk.
Oh no.
Uh, a new pet for you. It is a kitty with bat wings.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
A carbuncle lantern.
This is fantastic.
And most importantly, got to have a carbuncle. Yeah. So if you weren't going summoner, now you definitely have every reason to.
Perfect. I love everything.
And there you are, because I love you, and it's what I do.
Love you too.
All right, back to the uppies chair.
The Yuppies chair.
Sit.
Brotherhood Galician cat. Dusky, you are going to have to go away for a moment because I need to see this creature. Oh, this is that one I was admiring of yours. These are so stinking
Yep,
cute.
I got an extra one. I was like, oh, it's going to Felis.
Oh,
Isn't that cute?
oh, so
Now it
sweet.
kind of reminds me of Button on a Mitten a little bit, huh?
Oh my gosh, it is. I now have a button on a mitten is. Well, I've been saying this a lot lately. Put a pin in that. But we love button on a mitten. Also, Andrew said there's a Toshiba T3 200SX in Minneapolis, Minnesota for $20 if anyone wants it. Andrew.
My apologies to chat. I am on my mobile gaming rig, my Razer Blade 18, and I do not have an extra monitor. And Final Fantasy eats up
Yeah,
all my
that's
wall
why I'm
space.
feeding
So
him
I
comments.
apologize. Yeah, I apologize. I can't see what you guys are typing, but I still love and appreciate every one of you. Yeah,
Yeah, we're just this is just like kind of like
especially
a
Maria.
what was that? Oh, we love
Especially
Maria.
Maria.
Where is she? I sent her a message and she's not here. And I told her I'm like, I'm gonna be on Final Fantasy with Panda. You want to be there? Um, Even if it's just us, just kind of putzing around. Um, I'm just excited that we got to do this still. The Razer Blade
Hey,
is like a
that's the
Windows
best.
MacBook. They're really nice. Yeah, they are. They're really nice. I've gotten to play on it before. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I got a 4090 in the bad boy and an i9 and 2 gigabytes or 2 terabyte hard drive SSDs, M.2s, and it's in 64 gigabytes of RAM, so the thing screams. Pretty
It
great.
it it really does.
So on the ride here, Felis, I was listening to Summer Game Show
Yes,
about
tell
all
me
the new
about
stuff
that.
that's coming up. There's one game that comes out September 8th that I know will certainly capture your
Oh,
interest. It is called Fae Farm.
that already
And
sounds
Fae Farm
amazing.
is it's a cozy game, of course. It looks like Stardew Valley and um, Animal Crossing and Core Keeper all had a baby. It's
um,
got the distinctive DNA from all three of those, and just really, I recommend checking out the trailer at some point. Obviously, you're busy right now, but I think you will very much enjoy this game. It'll definitely put that one on your radar.
I absolutely well, I have to. Also, I
Mhm.
apparently already had a carbuncle plushie. Now I now I got two. Can't have enough of those. Moving this
You
stuff.
broke up a little bit there. What did you say?
I said I already had a carbuncle plushie apparently, but now I have two. Wait, nope. I want to put this there. This is very, very important, guys. Oh my goodness.
Decoration, super important. Let's see here. Another big one is carbuncle table. They saved this one for the very end. It was the last bit, so spoiler alert for Final Fantasy. Remake Part 2 got announced and it should be released
Oh,
early 2024. So for those of you who have been anxiously awaiting the next part of Final Fantasy VII Remake, it is coming out, and they are really diverged from the plot of the original game. Like it is now not just a remake; it is a full blown. I call it a sequel almost at this point. You know,
really?
because there's some alternative timeline stuff going on, and it's just absolutely fascinating, and I'm here for it.
I am happy to hear that. I have not
I didn't
played.
want I
I've
didn't want to
watched
play
you
the same
play
game
it.
over again, right?
What was that?
Yes, I didn't want to play the same game over, just remade. I'm really
Mm-mm.
happy that they're taking a risk and messing with how things your assumptions. They're subverting your expectations, and not knowing what's going to happen is has really enhanced my enjoyment of the experience a lot.
I'm excited about it. Yes, that's what I've mostly been doing is watching you play a bit here and there and doing bits of research and just I've been floored by the entire thing from the start.
It's fantastic. It really is. I mean, it was in development hell for so long but it was
Oh
worth
my
the wait,
goodness, it's
just
been
like Final
years.
Fantasy 14. Yeah, I mean they let something percolate, you get something out of it. Speaking of development hell and letting things percolate, Diablo 4. Oh my goodness. I'm having a really good time with it. I recommend it. Especially if you enjoy action adventure, three quarters perspective type click loot smack games.
Oh,
It's
they're
That's the way to go.
fun.
Hmm.
It is a lot of fun. I am looking
I mean,
forward to playing
Diablo
that with
is
you
its own
guys.
genre, so oh, for sure, absolutely. I'm behind my wife by leagues. She's like level 41, and I'm like level
She's
29
really good
because I
at
don't have
it.
enough time to play. But she loves it. She's having a great time.
What if we make the
So
carbuncles kiss?
yeah, that was pretty cool. They got Carbuncle or not Carbuncle. Look what you made me do. Um,
Mooch.
they announced the next Alan Wake game. I thought that was pretty cool. That one's a long time coming. It's kind
Wait,
of a adventure mystery, sort of supernatural, sort of a
hmm.
investigation experience, sort of a thing. Alan Wake. Yep.
Yeah.
Same guys that were behind the Detroit Be Human.
Oh! Um, Aquatic Dream, yes.
Yep. So I know you'll enjoy the. I think you'd enjoy the Alan Wake game too.
They are such an interesting studio. When I originally saw their tech demo that later on became Detroit, uh, you know, Become Human, I was absolutely
Oh, Kara. Yeah.
yeah, well, you showed me that animation originally. And
Many years
oh,
ago.
that was so
Yep.
long ago now. I was so impressed by it. And I was of the many people who said they need to expand on this concept, and I'm very pleased that they did. Um, they put so much time and effort and so on and so forth into all of their everything that it ends up taking forever on everything, but it goes to show that time really can make a difference. I have to say this is unrelated. This is kind of funny because Andrew keeps just finding stuff. There's an IBM 3196 display station with the original terminal config of the Model M for $80 in Indiana. That's fantastic. I love that. That is not something you just see. But I had to say that because I noticed this over there. I'm glad you're happy, Maria. Yeah, this is just pretty much what we're going to be doing right now. Just kind of just look. Oh my god, look
I'm
at
getting
this.
a little bit of Robo Felis right now.
Oh, are you? Oh no,
A little bit.
my connection is not. My connection is
Oh,
not the
you're better
best.
now.
Oh, it is better now. I don't really know what's
Hmm?
wrong or what's happening. The connection has been in and out, and just being a jerk. Just straight up being a jerk. I'm getting pretty tired. Bouncing on the carby bed, bouncing on the carby bed, la di da di da. Alright, let's see here. Yes, interior design is extremely important. I don't know. I love doing this kind of thing. Doesn't matter what the game is, I will spend more time doing this than the actual game. And it's always been that way. I spend more time playing dress up and playing Dollhouse than I do playing actual games, but I don't think there's any harm in that.
Oh, certainly not. And I have aggressively been pursuing the omni crafting as of late,
Which is, I
and have not
have,
been
go ahead, I'm sorry.
I have not been following the MSQ like I always preach other people to do. I've completely just fallen down the rabbit hole with omni crafting, and sadly, my botanist is now higher level than my white mage.
You know, it's given me a break, that's for sure, because you're always like, Felis, do your MSQ, and I'm just like, I don't want to. I want to do everything else in the world, and then you're like, you do your MSQ. So now I get kind of a break from
So
it.
like So
No,
right
it's been
now
fun to
I'm
watch your
like a
progress.
59 carpenter, 56 smith, 53 armor, 58 goldsmith,
Oh my
62 leather worker,
goodness.
65 weaver, 57 alchemist, 53 culinarian, and 59 miner, and 84 botanist, and then only level 40 fisher because I just have not been fishing. But I
Hauser likes to do the
will.
fishing. He'll go fishing with you. That's the main
Yeah.
skill that he enjoys that. He will literally sit there and fish for however long. It does not even remotely faze him. But then he loves fishing. Just in general. Speaking of
Well,
the
I think
cat
I
boy, he's
mentioned it
asleep.
before.
Hmm?
Oh yeah, he's sleepy. The firmament is just what I've been using to get all my levels, and you don't have to wander around the main world really. I mean, just a little bit to get a few materials here and there, but just about everything that you need you can pull right out of the firmament. And there's like a 2.5 hour instance you run up there, and you just go to different collecting nodes and collect, and things respawn. And there are a few monsters here and there, but you can't attack them because you can't change classes unless you use what's called a aether cannon. And basically,
Oh.
your aether cannon charges up as you harvest nodes. And then what you decide to actually shoot, their loot, is stuff that you get from the firmament. But
Oh,
I've
that's
mostly
cool.
stuck to killing things that drop crystals because you use a lot of crystals when you are crafting.
So that's I've only ever dipped my toes in crafting and then I got very frustrated, got rid of everything and said forget it. So this is all right, can you just show me? I don't know where the how this is one of those. How did I get here? How do I go there? Where you what show me this place because I've been hearing so much about it and
Okay, so the firmament, um, you've got to finish Heaven's Ward
uh,
to unlock it, unfortunately, which you are super close to doing. But I can show you where you're supposed to go if you want to go to Coral Thos with me.
I would very much like that. Give me one
Uh, go
second
to go
to
to the foundation of Coral Thos.
I love that place. I'm going to do something incredibly important first though. At least I think it's
Oh, it's
important.
snowing.
Yeah, that's why this is important. Putting my coat on. Alright, so I am just going... The foundation, you said?
Eventually, there'll be Coral Thos, the foundation.
Okay.
Yeah, eventually they'll spawn an NPC here when you're ready to take the quest. That'll kind of trigger the quest line.
See, I wasn't going to run around here and freeze. So just right around here, they just have an NPC you talk to? Like, or is there a
Yes,
specific
yeah, they'll
spot?
pop up.
This
Yep,
is
when you're ready.
my favorite area. I almost placed the apartment here. I came very close to it. Just because it's so
It's pretty.
beautiful. Yeah, and I'm such a wintry person. Panda and I've had a long feud over which is better, summer or winter. And then one year there was a winter so bad, I sent him a message with no other context that said, "Fine, you win." And that's all it was. It was just such a horrible winter. It was particularly it was so cold, but there was no snow, but things were not freezing correctly, and the roads it was just bad. It was really bad.
Well, I also use the summer as an excuse to get into the pool as often as possible and go get ice cream and do all the fun summertime activities that sometimes you don't get to do. So,
It's true.
that's probably why we associate it with fun, because I try to make
Oh,
it fun.
hello, Ellie.
Okay, so this fella right here, Tomlin, eventually
Off limits.
he will you give you the gate. Yeah, he'll teleport you to the firmament.
For now, it's just the holy sea.
Uh-oh, you went through.
Yep, and it just took me
Yep,
back to
nope, you
the...
don't go through there. You actually got to talk to Tomlin, and he'll
Oh,
teleport
and he
you
like lets
directly
you
to the firmament.
through.
I, yeah, I have not found they don't have a crystal to teleport to or anything like that. You literally have to talk to this cat every time.
I
So
needed to...
this is how you get to the firmament.
Oh, sorry about the chat. Just a
And
second.
this guy's got a blue quest, but I haven't done what he asked me to do yet because
Uh,
crafting.
so Allie, so Pepe, Allison just wanders in. It says wanders in late with a watermelon drink, and Andrew says watermelon, and then Nye goes, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. It's a watermelon. Oh my goodness, I just adore you guys. All right, so but this means I have to finish Heaven's Ward. Everything comes back around to that.
It
Everything
does.
comes around to me finishing Heaven's Ward eventually. I
Yes,
am
and
I ever
you're
gonna...
so close though. That's the thing is
It's like
you're
right
like so
there.
unbelievably close to being done.
I'm zoomed in on a weird piece of... There we go. It's like it's right there. I know I've technically started... I think I've technically started chapter 2.
Yep, I bet you're close.
Yeah, I'm into
If
the
not there
blue.
already. Yep, and then you don't even have to worry about like the patch quests. It'll let you do it before the patch club quests, so you
Oh,
can cross those off of the need to do, which is really groovy.
watermelon to help me slumber. Oh gosh, guys, I can't with any of you. Well, oh, so I've been meaning to ask you. So, Panda, you were there. You were treating it like a podcast, which is so cool because it was technically the first episode of Little Black Box. Um, and Andrew had been talking about coming on to episodes of Little Black Box. We've been talking about it for a very long time. Panda, you know about the project. Andrew obviously did. Kazu knew about it. Everybody who hangs around me enough knows about this project. I was mostly going to be talking about just various events and psychology and philosophy, but it's also turned into being about like small social things too. Um,
Yeah,
so you had tuned into...
let's go get out of the cold.
Yes. So you got to tune into it quite a bit, with all of us talking about the current Twitch debacle, and I only really want to touch on this subject because we went on and on and on about it for about a half an hour in the previous one before it just completely derailed itself into its own thing. But yeah, where did you go? There you are. But what's your thoughts about all this? And you also
Yeah,
mentioned some...
I'm going into the bar.
Oh, that'd be a really good spot. Yeah,
Yeah.
your thoughts about that. And you also mentioned Hasbro, which, if I remember correctly, they are the current holders for Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah. So everybody remembers not too far back the whole open gaming license, like going
Mm,
from 1.0 to what they were going to make as an update where they were going to start charging more for books, and if you made over so much amount of money using the open game license, you'd have to pay Wizards and that sort of thing, and everybody lost their minds because like it affects all of the creatives who use OGL and Wizards, and by by Wizards I mean Hasbro's products to create their content. You know, we all love the things that they create. For example, Critical Role. Everybody loves Critical Role.
yes.
Well, by that OGL, Critical Role would have to start paying for using the stuff that they create the content with, or even smaller but still quite popular content creators. Uh, what's that one called?
Joe Cat does a lot with
Level
it.
3 and Me or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually, there's
yeah,
quite...
Joe Cat.
Yeah, Joe Cat does a
We
lot.
literally could go. Yep.
It would mess up Joe
XP to
Cat.
level 3, which they make a bunch of stuff that I like to listen to. XP to level 3. That's one of them. Dungeons and Daddies, a podcast,
Yes,
that
that's
uses D
Tetra's
and D. That
favorite.
it's just the list. Yeah, the list that goes on and on. So it's while you would get a little bit more money in the short term, you're also really hosing your creatives by doing so, by, hitting them where it hurts, the pocket. I mean,
Hmm.
the big thing for D&D, I mean, it's the biggest role-playing game in the world. It's practically the OG. I mean, most people
Yes.
start with it, and even during the when everybody was really hardcore boycotting it, a lot of people kept playing,
Yeah. Well, it's
but
ubiquitous when you
we're
say
not buying any
tabletop.
new product.
Yeah.
But yes, it's synonymous, right?
Yes.
So I kind of see a very similar link to what Twitch is trying to do here, from what I've heard you and your group explain.
Mhm.
They by making a less of a cut for the creatives and a bigger money for the platform, it might help them in the short term generate revenue, but in the long term really hurt them by bleeding their important creatives. You made an excellent point earlier about people with disabilities,
Mhm.
or who intermittently don't have access to the internet. Um,
Oh, yes.
I told you in a private conversation, if I got serious about practicing StarCraft, or even becoming a more lone streaming Final Fantasy, I work 6 days a week. I couldn't meet their demands, and for them to not take away my partnership, or subtract my amount of money. So it just seems kind of asinine to me to try to put people on an unobtainable treadmill of content generation to maintain a status that's, quite frankly, arbitrary. It just sounds like they're trying to find another avenue to make $25. Not that they're trying
Oh,
to actually
yes.
like hold your nose to the grindstone. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. They're just looking for, yeah, you said it perfectly. It's easy money for them, and that's pretty much all there is to it. And there's something else. I don't remember if I actually mentioned it during the previous stream, but I'm definitely going to say it here. Something else that bothers me is there are certain features, some of them that are absolutely necessary, such as like closed captioneer, is set behind the affiliate wall, which is something that drove me insane. That's the main reason I even was pushing to become affiliate, was so that I could have closed captioning. Which I think things like that, like
Right. And
anything accessibility related, should just be out of the box available. Should not have to have specialized goals to even reach that. Um, that should have been my first warning that there was something very, very wrong with the way that their system was set up. So looking back and noticing that,
and
hindsight's 2020.
oh, most certainly. And I thought earlier we were talking a little bit about how there are some ease of use and
Ugh.
quality of life things
Mm-hmm.
that are on Twitch that are not on YouTube yet. And that kind of reminds me of the Epic Game Store versus Steam. It's just
Yeah.
how convoluted the Epic Game Store is, and not user friendly, as opposed to how user friendly Steam is.
It's
It has
it's
all the functions
it's
built in.
so weird because it's easier for me to use YouTube overall, but then Twitch has all these other little extra features and bells and whistles, and there's very, very specific things on Twitch that are incredibly easy to use, but then over on YouTube there's a bunch of other things that I have not even touched yet. But to go from start to finish on certain things, it's easy. It's just there's no perfect system. That's all there is to it, and that can be
No.
said for absolutely anything. It doesn't matter what
Yeah,
it
and
is.
I enjoyed how the buttons are set up on Twitch, where I can, throw you a tip, or get you bits, or
Yes.
buy subscriptions, and those things are instantly recognized. So I think there'll be quite a bit of backlash, and I'm actually surprised, because I do listen to a lot of YouTube personalities, especially in the gaming sphere, talk, and you broke the story for me. I had not heard of this before you
Oh
brought
my
it up.
gosh. Oh
So
no.
I'm I'm imagining
Oh.
we'll be hearing a lot more of it, and I expect a very similar backlash to what Hasbro got over the open gaming license.
Quite
Those two
frankly,
things
I
are
hope
very
so.
closely related.
I really hope so. Will you please step forward? You are clipping with Tataru for me. Tataru is like right next,
Oh,
like you are like phasing through her. Yes, this
Said
was a
hi.
weird chain reaction.
There we go. That's better.
You can see eye to eye now.
I like how what if I like how I click on you. I'm looking at you.
I
Yeah.
had the
Then
had
I
the.
can do talky stuff. See, I'm
Isn't this
making
just
blah blahs at you.
isn't this just the cutest thing? Yeah, we are spilling the tea for
So a
sure
little
on
bit of a
this one.
sidebar here. A little, not necessarily related to what we were just talking about, but I was actually just looking at a tutorial where you can input the models from Final Fantasy into Second Life
Oh no.
and then turn them into VTubers. I thought that was kind of neat.
Yes, we're just gonna say the word yes to that one. That is an entire
Well,
um if the question it depends on a bunch of their rules and such, but yes, that is something that can absolutely happen. Um Give me 1 second. Andrew had a couple of things. First of all, he said a phrase earlier that I loved. He's like, I'm going to the bar. Pretty much sums it up for me. In my opinion, the only thing affiliates should give you is the ability to monetize your content on Twitch. Everything else should be standard. I agree. Especially the accessibility stuff, which I agree with 10,000 fold.
that should be default because
Yes.
you don't want to exclude anybody in your audience. It doesn't make any business sense, and it also is from an like ADA perspective a terrible thing to do.
Oh, yes, it's absolutely disgusting. And that is yet another reason why I was
Not
phasing
inclusive.
over. I'm sorry?
Not inclusive. And
Yes.
that's bad business.
Oh, it's absolutely horrible business. So I'm glad I've been able to participate in starting out the conversation about this entire thing, because it's not just about money, it's not just about all this other stuff, it's everything else. Oh, Andrew, you just took the words out of my mouth as I was saying them. Yeah, I don't care about the money. I just let me be a silly guy with my cheesesteaks. Rest in peace. That's exactly it. That after there comes a point where this isn't about money. This is an actual moral conundrum. This really is people versus a corporation that isn't paying attention. And that is
Yeah,
where
there's a
the backlash is.
tone deaf quality. Like, did you try to um do a what do they call those a sample test of how this was going to go over with people? Like before you release this information.
A little bit actually, yes. I collected some information from a few friends of mine and got it all verified and such.
Oh no,
And
no,
then
I'm talking about Twitch. Oh, I'm sorry. Did Twitch? What I was trying to say was, did Twitch focus group these
no.
legal changes before they decided to do?
They
No,
did not.
clearly not.
This was very
And the,
suddenly released, and actually, they are saying, "Oh, a change to our TOS." No, this is a complete upheaval of their original contract. So this is technically a contract that none of us have signed. That is the part that really got me upset. And when Andrew sent off his Molotov cocktail of an email, they shot back saying, "Oh, consult your own legal consort," and I was just like, "Excuse me." And so that's when I started looking it over. And then Caffeine, as I mentioned before, who had popped in briefly, she's the one who pointed out the new clauses, and I was looking through it. And from where I had met with our friend before who does the lawyer stuff, I was able to remember, bits and pieces. And yes, exactly, Nye. And it went something like, "What's this? Money? Money? Money?" Yeah, that's basically what it was. Twitch's focus group was the CEO and their stockholders. And
whoopsie doodles, because I mean,
yeah.
this was, like I said, very, very similar to D&D's OGL.
Mm-hmm.
They thought they would sneak it past, and the average person would not understand it, and they underestimated their nerdiness and savviness, and the legal eagles in their community who were able to suss out, hey, this is what they're doing and why. And this
Yeah.
very much reminds me of The Empire Strikes Back when
Oh my
Boba
goodness.
Fett talks to Vader. Yeah,
Yes.
when Boba Fett asks Vader, like, "Hey, this wasn't part of the deal," and Vader tells him, "Well, pray I don't change the deal any further." And
Yeah.
it's very similar.
Oh, so Andrew made a small correction to me. He said they told him to get a hold of their legal department. Basically, it's not our job to understand the contracts you sign. But here's the thing, they changed the contract out from
Nice.
underneath us with no warning at all whatsoever. And that is the truly disgusting part. And we do not, it's one thing for it to be a one-sided contract, but the fact that we gain absolutely no benefits at all whatsoever, and then like you just said, oh, better hope we don't change our minds again. And the fact that it feels so menacing and so threatening, and it harms people on such a substantial level. But here's the thing, this is what's really interesting. It's not hurting just small creators. It actually harmed a larger creator that Pyrocynical, actually. I guess it was set up in such a way where he wouldn't have gotten a payout at all, I think is how the story goes. Kazu knows a little bit more about it than me, so he did the very thing. He was like a full partner too, and he completely departnered and walked away. That is the story how I understand it. So please do not misquote me. Um, Again, this is something that Kazu knows a little bit more about, but that's like things along those lines have been occurring as well. Like larger creators are getting almost nothing. And hello, Maria.
Hey, Maria.
So that's
It's anti-consumer, it's anti-creator, and it doesn't help anybody but Twitch, and only in the short run. I think they're going to end up hurting themselves by having these kinds of policies, because that's the funny thing about platforms. Ask the creators of Vine how much they wish they would have empowered their creators as opposed to
oh yeah.
locking keeping their own paywall up. We'd all be watching Vines and not TikToks right now. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
and it was
You
regulated
can go to
a little
different
differently.
platforms.
It's yes, you again. Everyone's bringing their A game today. This is wonderful. Yes, absolutely. it it bothers me because it doesn't need to be like this. If, that's what lit the fire under me. Is there's no reason for
Spaceballs 2,
this.
the quest for more money.
More money, Boogaloo. Yes,
The
yes,
quest for more money.
yep. And Andrew just said, yeah, and support was like, meh, not our problem. So when he did reach out to their legal eagles, they're just like, not our problem. Oh, the guy accepted the offer. The guy accepted his offer for the thing. That's pretty cool. I need pictures of that, Andrew. You need to post photos of that. This is unrelated. This is pretty funny, and we were talking about it earlier. Um, Andrew and I have like basically sibling disorders, and we were going back and forth on Twitter about it. It's pretty funny, and he's been just like posting stuff about it, and I've been responding to it, and we're going back and forth, and that's what we were doing prior to this. Is we were just on and on about that, and then all of a sudden it drops, and we just start just ranting about Twitch, and we're always on the front porch complaining about something, and this is just the epitome, just the piece de resistance of having something to complain about. I just had to put that out there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good, and it's not good for anybody. And I don't see how
Mm-mm.
they thought that this one was going to go over well and not run them off of their platform to chase them off to places like
Yeah.
YouTube. And like we were saying, YouTube's got plenty of problems.
Oh yeah.
Demonetization for no reason at all, and uh, even snippets of
Mm-hmm.
things that would be protected under copyright or parody, like that get
Yes.
flagged and demonetized. Like there's a lot of challenges with YouTube as a platform, but uh, I'd rather fight with the algorithm than fight with a
Yeah.
company that's just trying to exploit
That's very true. Yes, at least
this
with
guy's hairdo right here.
at least with wait, what guys? Oh my word. Jojo, is that you?
Hail to the king, baby.
Oh.
Big JoJo energy right there.
Yes. By tradition, must blow kisses to people who look cool.
Oh no.
Oh, I didn't blow a kiss to you, Panda, did I? Anyone who looks stylish gets a
Oh,
kiss. You get extra head pats too. Oh my goodness!
look at
Since you're
that.
up like that. And Andrew had
Oh,
said we both have
so
the same thing that causes
other
pain.
other good stuff I wanted to mention.
Oh, you cut out.
Other good stuff I thought you would enjoy that I learned. Um, Persona 5 Tactica got
Oh.
announced, and it looks like a cross between Persona 5, Final Fantasy Tactics, and Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
So it just that sounds amazing.
It does look really, really cool. So,
That sounds like
and then
everything.
Persona 3 is getting a remake,
I saw
which I
that.
thought was really interesting. I'll be all over that.
Yes, I did see the announcement for that. That's going to be stellar. Oh my goodness, that's a good one. If they're gonna remake one, that's a good one to remake. Since
Oh, for certain.
they haven't remade any of the others in quite some time, not since PSP stuff, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep.
so yes.
Well, right now, you can play Persona 3 on Game Pass, and from time to time, I do play on my phone, of all things, a little
I
bit of
know.
Persona 3. But Game Pass is just really, really great. I think it's one of those like gems in the rough right now that people don't talk about enough because you literally can put that Game Pass on just about anything and stream stuff onto it. Like even if you wanted to like play on an iPad, you can stream it
Yeah,
if
you
you've got
told me
Game Pass.
you'd help me set it up on my iPad, but I could not believe this is actually kind of a cute little sidebar story. So I got to see Game Pass in action. I did see Panda literally zap from his iPad to his phone to his was it to your laptop? I'm
Mm-hmm,
not sure.
mm-hmm.
You were zapping all over the place playing I don't even know what you were playing,
Yes,
but you were
indeed.
playing what was that? Yeah. You were and it was just the coolest thing I'd
It was
ever
Persona
seen.
5, I think.
Was it Persona 5? Yeah, it was. I was so impressed by that. It was pretty cute. Like, how cool is that? Um, and I actually, speaking of which, to kind of segue off of that, I'm really happy to see more and more cross-platform things happening too. Makes me really happy to see that. So hopefully we'll have more of that in the future. Yeah, I think that sums that up really nicely. I'm trying to think if there was any other questions. Because, like, I realized that you were a good person to pick the brain up. I think that...
I'm sorry, I missed the last thing that you said. You were garbled.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said that I'm happy to see that there's so much that's, like, so many things that are crossplay now, and I hope to see that that's a trend that continues. And I said,
I think it will.
yes, I think so too, and that'll be nice. And then I was thinking if there was any other things I want to ask you, because you're such a good person to pick the brain of, since you stay on top of things. Yeah, if you ever
I have I've always been like a big video game nerd, and I like to keep up with stuff on YouTube and stuff. I watch a lot of like Jared the Completionist.
I love
I
Jared.
was a big fan of G4 even before it crashed the second time.
I
I
love
loved it the first time, and um, Skill Up I listen to a lot of for like weekly just video game news and happenings and various other outlets too. But it seems like Microsoft just really wants to bring everything like out to multiple platforms. While PlayStation really wants to maintain exclusivities, and I think that's PlayStation and Epic Games' fatal flaw.
I think
They,
so too.
they wanting to have their own little partitioned off exclusivity gardens, not unlike Apple computers where everything is
Hmm.
proprietary. They want to keep things proprietary, and most gamers just want to play their games on their gaming systems, like
Yeah.
depending on what they're in the mood to play.
Yeah, at the end of the day, no one really cares that much. We're just gonna use what we have, and I have to derail again just for a second because this is really, really cool. Like, speaking of proprietary, this is so cool. Nye just finished Nightbot version 1. Now, so this with Twitch is not the only thing that has been having me on edge. Me 6 also
Version
had
one of what?
Well, Me6, which is a Discord bot, apparently has been insufferable. And I only have a few details about that. Nye has
Mm,
a little bit more information. Um, but it's been a mess. It's been like getting into people's information, sending unsolicited DMs and advertisements and all this, so and so and so forth, and it doesn't work 90% of the time, as well as a lot of Discord bots just are not working correctly. So Naya is just simply writing one that's specifically for streaming and for notifications and that type of thing, and does the opt-in, and it will
that sounds
actually,
like our Nye.
yeah, boy is it, and it actually pulls from YouTube and from whatever you're chatting with, and it will actually pull out all of that stuff in your thumbnail and actually announce everything for you 30 minutes ahead of time. It's very fancy. It's very cool. Um, she said she will eventually release it, and it'll be available for other people to actually use, and it doesn't key in the same way that something like Me6 does, so you don't have to worry about security in the same way. You don't have to take my word for it right now. There will be more information about that later, but I thought that was pretty cool. Um, okay, so Andrew said that the thing is not 27 inches; it was 24. Well, I mean, that happens. People really should not be stretching the truth about that. And then Nye said she's really glad that Sony is letting Bungie maintain the cross-platform stance. I agree with that. I think something like
Yes.
Destiny needs to stay cross-platform, where everyone can be together, especially
That was the
since.
other interesting thing that I wanted to bring up
Mm,
about PS5 Tactica. It is an Xbox thing. It is not a
mm.
PlayStation 5 thing. It's for PC, Xbox Game Pass, and Xbox.
Oh, that's
So we'll
wonderful.
see it on Steam and on Xbox. So yeah, it will not be a PlayStation 5 thing, which I thought was really interesting for Persona and Atlas, because Atlas is a hardcore JP studio, you know.
Oh, someone said that I guess my audio
Very
cut
interesting.
out. My audio cut? I think. All right.
Oh, I was mentioning that
What happened?
Xbox is getting it.
Wait a second. I think my audio just died.
I can hear you.
Okay, so you can hear me. Stream hiccuped. Is it working? What is going on? I don't know if it's okay now. It's not good. Okay, so they're just like, oh, just refresh it. It's fine. um, yeah, there's just been a lot more of that lately. So I'm happy to see that, and we especially want someone like Atlas on our side when it comes to cross platform and that type of thing. Um,
Yeah, we certainly do.
so the more the merrier when it comes to that type of thing. So yeah, where did you get a little cell phone? What the
Yeah,
what?
that's the tombstone emote.
That's adorable.
Uh, yeah, I think that one just fell out. I think I got that one from achievements, like cashing in achievements.
I mean,
There's a vendor.
I know
That's
the
right.
link pearls are basically
You get the
Bluetooth
mounts.
earbuds, and the
Yes.
tombstones are basically the little cell phone things. I think that's so cool. Okay, I am here. You sit still. Oh, perfect. Panda next to a panda. I'm gonna go into photo mode.
Actually, I got your cat on the table with me, hopping and bopping
Oh,
around.
Dusky is very cute. Okay. I love doing this. No, that's... No, I have to go this way.
So I can't believe I'm even saying this, but during the show, there was a mobile game of all things that I might download, and I absolutely loathe mobile games.
Those
It's
are
the
the bane
Final
of your
Fantasy
existence.
VII before. They are. I hate them. But the Final Fantasy Before Crisis, it just absolutely looks fascinating to me. So I might
Before
pick it up.
Crisis is good. I want to take Felis through the
What was
Destiny
that?
2 dungeon, Grasp of Avant? That sounds like a nightmare. Looking for a Power Mac G5 like the one I had in Seattle, because I want to shove a modern system into it, preferably a broken one. Andrew, that sounds like the ultimate project. But yes, that
I do enjoy those hidden potato builds where it looks like
yes,
a PC from 1994 and
yeah.
it's got like a freaking 4090 Ti in it and an i9 and it's just a screamer, but on the outside it looks like it came from your mom's basement from 70 years ago.
Those are so
Those
cool.
potato builds are pretty sweet.
No, my favorite, and I was talking to Nai about this before, is the ones built out of the foam coolers.
Oh my gosh, yes.
What I'm
For
talking about.
liquid night
Yes.
Yeah, for like liquid nitrogen builds. Crazy. I'm not that big of a nerd. I will spec out a computer to be built, but I won't put it together. I'm terrified of smashing it or breaking it somehow.
That's
I
how I
would
ended up
bend
at the
pins and
Corsair.
that's right. That's right.
I will work Ursa Magica into any conversation I possibly can.
That's a
um,
great computer.
I love him so much. I was building a sleeper, but my AIO won't fit. I would like to do an open concept PC build. Not okay. So Nai, because she's a stinking maniac, wants to build one in a fish tank with this special stuff. They look amazing. Yeah, Felis and her space computer. I love my space computer. I still love my dream of me leaving a burning observatory with Dusky under one arm and Ursa Magica under the other, and I didn't look back at the flames, and it was amazing. That is honestly the dream. That was literally the dream. I am still very weirdly proud of that. Okay, so mineral oil PC. Yeah, mineral oil. Yeah, that's what it is, and it's just the craziest thing. They're so beautiful. And it's just one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Having the PC in the fish tank. It's just so stinking cool.
Yeah, that non-conductive liquid,
Yeah.
it's pretty neat stuff. Goes
And
against everything that you would think you're able to do, but
oh, it's incredible. Nai, you know how to 3D model, right? Both Nai and I know how to 3D model, and so does Allie. So you have a few people in your range that know how to 3D model, Andrew. And Nai said that she wants to set up a hologram in her PC. Yes, her Miku Hatsune figure wouldn't fit in the PC like we thought she would. Turns out the figure is a little too big. And I said, well, either
yeah.
I said, well, I joked and told her to print out a tiny figure of me. And that's right. Yeah, Andrew, you unlocked CAD. I think you and I are the only ones I know that can like effectively use CAD. Um because I tend to rage quit from it and I only use it when I have to. Allie, you're actually really good at it. It's because rigging in 3D modeling, especially in things like Blender where you have to actually do the transfers or make it yourself, can be really finicky. But Allie, when it comes to the actual modeling, you're excellent at it. Not everything needs some. I've helped you rig before, and do the weight transfers. Sometimes it's just let it be someone else's problem. Yes. Oh, yes, Andrew. Was there a reason, or were you just trying to find out who all did modeling? Was that just curiosity? Oh, yes. Well, pretty much everybody here has some kind of talent. Pretty much everybody I know has some kind of skill or little thing that they do. I don't think I know a person who is not somehow immaculately talented. Um, I have a absolutely glorious network, a wonderful constellation, and everyone is very talented and has a little something that they do. I think it's I think it's so cool. I just love that. Um, so if you ever need to find anyone who can do anything, I'm your girl. Yes, Alec, keep me posted on that. So, to talk about where I was talking about rigging and Blender, so both Allie and I work on Second Life as well, which you guys will see on here eventually. Actually, she'll be joining me. She said she would. I'm holding you to that, Allie. Um, she is making a skirt for a specific body on Second Life, and she's trying to get it to work correctly, and it's being something. It's being something.
Oh, physics will do that, right?
Yes, that's exactly what happened. So half of it works beautifully. It looks really pretty, perfect, but then the other half of it, it won't stay in the term it's pinned. So basically how you pin on clothing and sewing, it's like the pins are coming out. It's really strange. And she has no idea why it's happening. I have no clue. It just is. It's super weird.
Hmm.
I know for a fact she'll get through it eventually. She always does. Andrew says, he got through ripping the back panel off of the old ATPC and modeling a new back panel for it before I thought to check the clearances. We've been through this, Andrew. We've literally had similar conversations. But then you've had to say it to me too. You're like, hey, how big is the 3D printer's build panel? And I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just gonna try. And I'm like, oh wait, never mind, I can't do this. That has actually happened. So, and that's also another good thing about having talented friends is we're always just sort of like, will this work? I don't know. We'll cross that bridge. And then Ali said,
You
especially
do have
since
quite the collection.
I
Yes.
really do. And Allison is mentioning that it's the body that she's using. So the body that she's using in Second Life has alternative bones, so it has to be rigged a little differently, which does not help. That does not help at all. So I keep talking about rigging. So in animation, like 3D animation, you have to set up bones like how we have. And depending on the shape and size of the character, their bones are going to be different. So for instance, your little potato build is going to be different than my princess-like build. So your jointing is going to be different.
Yes.
Just honestly, just like dolls.
Speaking of my little potato, check out my Oculus.
I was watching that. That is so cute. Is that like your helm up and down?
Yeah, it's
That
a
is
visor
too
command.
cute. That is
And
so
then I can change poses. Watch this. La 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 la. Oh,
Aww.
now I'm formal. Oh, now I'm super bear relaxed. That's how I sit normal, right?
Oh. Wait a minute. How do I have it?
Maximum bear spreading. And then Indian style. It's on the third page of emotes called special. There you go. You found it.
Princess sit. There we go. Why don't they have chairs in here? Let me see here.
It's
Oh,
a bar.
Ali says it's made from different. Oh, yeah. The fact that it's different pieces isn't going to help. So you literally have different parts of a body that you have to. No, thank you. I'm gonna leave you to that one, Ali, because I don't want to deal with that. She and I are kind of collabing on a couple small projects on there, and I told her, hey, if you do this,
Oh,
I
super
will
cool.
help. And she's like, okay. So now she has a very complicated one that she has to deal with. And then Andrew said, boobs have bones. Technically, yes, and then you develop the physics around it. That's we're not
These are
talking.
the these are the Team Ninja physics.
Yes.
Ba 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 ba.
I completely forgot that
Oh, Dead or
Sandra.
Alive
There's
Extreme
a,
Beach Volleyball. We love you.
that that's such a girly
Once
game.
once
I
upon a
love
time,
it.
once upon a time, chat. The Felis came to visit me at my apartment, and I happened to have this game on my old Xbox. And when she found out it was actually just a pretty princess collectathon of cute girly stuff and bathing suits, I was not able to get her off of it for
No.
3 days.
Yeah, I did nothing but play that, and I still play the beach volleyball Venus. which is just pretty princess, volleyball, pretty hair, get a tan, do your nails game, and I love it. And there was a town called Sandwich, Illinois? Are you sure, Andrew? You're absolutely sure. That was one of them, yes, Allie. You might remember that when I was playing Anime Girl Volleyball. I still play it. It's one of my favorite games still to this day. I don't know if I can stream it, but I could.
No, probably not.
I don't think I
I would not.
which is so weird.
I wouldn't file that under W for wholesome.
Well, here's what's weird is I see it as wholesome because I don't think of it in those terms. I just don't. I don't see it that way. I see it as just being pretty on the beach, having a good time. I see it through a completely different lens. And so I don't think of it that way. Those types of things don't cross my mind. For me, I just want to go to the beach and have fun and be cute and collect pretty clothes. And sure enough, on Volleyball Venus, I have Ketsume in this pretty white sundress with her hair up in a ponytail with a scrunchie. It's just, that to me, that's what it is. It really is, Allie. That is just being Ace, being Demi, being in that gray spectrum. That is the lens that you see the world through. You see it through this, affectionate, oh, cool, this looks nice, let's do this kind of lens. And you don't really think about other implications. So to other people, oh, this looks kind of, saucy. And you're just like, where's the sauciness of this? Like, I don't get it. This is just, I got a tan. I'm in a cute bathing suit. What's the big deal? Like, I don't understand. So it's very funny for it to be like that because I've never seen it as something particularly saucy ever. It's never, and I know, and constantly, I know that's how most people see it, but I don't feel it. I don't see it. It's never affected me like that. So I just enjoy it for what I perceive it as, and leave it at that. And that is not saying anything bad about
Dead or Alive. Pretty spicy. That's all I'm gonna say. It's pretty spicy. Not the whole thing, but there are definitely some very spicy parts.
And if you stumble onto them, they're easy enough to avoid, and it's just a non-issue. And they've always been pretty good about that. That if you're looking for it, you can find it. If you don't want it, you don't. And I appreciate that. It's nice. So you can definitely enjoy it for what it is.
That's Team Ninja.
Really
that's Team Ninja. They're very well known for their jiggle physics. I remember the latest iterations of Ninja Gaiden, which was one of my first Nintendo games of all time, and I was like, "Oh, that's a very bouncy." Yes, very bouncy.
Oh, there was all the bounce. Oh,
good old Ninja Gaiden.
So Andrew says, what was that kind of shirt dress thing did you want to get me? And you get head pats for Maria. Okay, so I go to this website that has all these dresses and such on it, and they're absolutely lovely. And I stumble onto it was a plaid. Oh, thank you. I already have carbuncle slippers, so you can sell those. So I stumble onto this plaid, oh, okay. I stumble onto this plaid, like, I don't know if it's just a really long shirt or a dress. Either way, it's very, very cute. I stumble onto this, and I just say to Andrew, I just send him a picture, and I say, you'd look really cute in this. And, I will look, I kept in my favorites. They don't have your size anymore, unfortunately, Andrew. They sold out of them. Actually, they might be completely sold out now, because I think there was, like, 2 left. Like, cute. It just looked like something you'd wear, because Andrew wears a lot of plaid. So, here it would be. We have this femboy type in a plaid shirt dress with the collar and the buttons and everything. And what's even funnier is the plaid was like the old school gray blue plaid. So That's why I wanted to put him in it. So that's what that was all about. I do silly things. I see things and I think, Panda, I do it to you all the time. Goodness knows I do it to Kazu and Nai, and Maria now and then, not Maria and I do it now and then too. I see things and I send them to the people that I care about.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Andrew, I've not seen you in a Hawaiian shirt. I need to see this. I've only ever seen you in plaid. And speaking of Hawaiian shirts, Panda, I love your Disney Hawaiian shirt.
You.
I think that's the cutest thing in the world.
Yeah, that was a big splurge. I
So pretty.
did not intend on spending $200 on a shirt, but it was
200.
there,
Oh my
and I was
goodness.
at Disney World, and I was like, oh, I'll get it.
Well, it's a designer shirt. Designer clothing's expensive as it is.
Yeah, it was a splurge, but it's a Tommy Bahama or whatever. I don't know. I don't fashion. All I know is Balenciaga.
I say Balenciaga. And then Andrew had said, well, someone suggested I wear a romper. Andrew, you'd look adorable in a romper. Just roll with it. Just do it. Oh, thank you. I will look. Give me 1 second. I'm
Pikachu,
gonna...
do you, Pikachu?
Pikachu? Let me see here. Oh my goodness, I love this. So over on Discord, Andrew sent me this picture, and he's in this Hawaiian shirt, and it is a lady who is sitting. It starts out where she's on a surfboard, but then she's also on different sharks, and there's flamingos and stuff. I
That is
absolutely
adorable.
love this. And then EMS. Wait, what did you do? Actually, what haven't you done? And then Nai's going to put... Yeah, it's... Okay, so Nai then also said